To deny human rights means to deny humanity, said by Nelson Mandela. Welcome back to my channel Learn with me. So today we are going to delve into a very renowned essay written by Samuel Moyn, that is Human Rights and the Age of Equality, which is very thought-provoking essay which tries to bring an awareness among the people regarding the human rights. So Samuel Moyn, who is professor of law as well as history at Harvard University, in this essay he tries to show a drastic mismatch between the egalitarian crisis versus human rights remedy or human rights demand for not a substitute but a supplement, as human rights is unable to prepare the people to meet the global inequalities. So tries to shed a light that it's a time to awaken ourselves. All the people have been fighting from the historical time period. A lot of different movements came, but in reality still there is a huge gap. We are unable to pursue towards the egalitarian. It only gave a false hope to the people. So as writer begins or commences the essay with the parable. Parable means a story from a past. As there is a saying, when you tell a story, you easily get connected and can relate it with the present situation. In a similar manner, here Samuel Moyn tries to connect the main issue by telling a story which he has taken from a Lydia king of Lydia, whose name is Croesus, who is very wealthy, rich, and has got a very affluent lifestyle. Although he used to give basic rights to his public, but in reality he never wanted to distribute the equal power to them. So all the power was centralized by the king, and later as the time passes away, as no one wants to see the king of Persia, he came with an army and they toppled down the power of Croesus. For what? For change. In a similar manner, people have been fighting. So this past picture has been connected with the modern world. In a modern world also same thing is happening. People have been fighting and replacing one movement after the another in the hope of a utopian world or a perfect world or a world that will be able to fulfill the dreams of the people. So in the name of fulfilling the dream, what happened? Human rights declaration was made 1948. 10th December is marked as a human rights declaration day, so which leads to actually inequality. So in the name of human rights, actually we were heading towards what? Age of inequality. That's a very sad, pathetic scenario that has been addressed by Samuel Moyn. He says, although it was established with the positive in a constitution, all the political, economical, social rights were entitled to everyone, but in reality people were unable to enjoy it. There was a hierarchy between rich and poor. There was a huge gap between rich and poor. Rich were becoming rich, so all the power was centralized by the richer people, and poor were unable to bring change in their life. They were always in a struggling phase for their existence. So that has been shown. So although what is the main intention? Why Human Rights Declaration was declared on 1948? Main intention is to entitle every human being will be treated as human being. They'll be respected, they'll be dignified, so there'll be fraternity, there'll be brotherhood, so they'll be able to relish their democratic values. But it was not practiced in reality, and it leads to inequality. As here in the case of past also, Croesus has shown a false dream to the public, but who was enjoying? King was enjoying all the power. In a similar manner, in the case of modern world also, just a name has been changed, but nothing has been changed in the real sense. So here power has been centralized by the tycoons, or you can say the top-notch people. Rich people were ruling the society, and a struggling class was always struggling, and till date also the same scenario is there. So he wanted to awaken the people. Just bringing one movement after the another is not going to solve. We have to find out the problem. All the history of human rights movement also shows what, again, America was able to enjoy the floor of protection. All the rights were limited to them, and it was become turned out to be a national movement, not an international movement, so leads to inequality. Only it was able to provide a floor of protection to few only, as well as in a Franklin Roosevelt second law also turns out to be full of flaws, so unable to provide equal rights to everyone. So here, through this comparison between past and present, writer actually is trying to raise a question to the human beings: do we need another human rights movement? So here, by comparing, what we can say, we don't need another movement, we need what? Supplement. As supplement means, in a human being body also, if there's a deficient of different vitamins like A, B, C, what we take substitute, not a we take supplement, not a substitute. We can't, like, suppose my hand is aching and we need a vitamins, so I'll be taking different supplements, not, I can't cut my hand. In a similar manner, here writer is saying we have to find out where the problem lies. We have to make law and order strong. Law and order, there must be no nepotism, favoritism. Law and order must be very strong. It must not be controlled by the rich people or a powerful people. Power must shift, so redistribution, economical redistribution must take place. If people will accumulate and store the money, there'll be no change. So redistribution of power, redistribution of economic condition can bring a change. So in that way, he's not saying that go and revolt, use a non-violent measures to bring a change. If we are not going to ponder on the situation, in upcoming days there'll be more problem. So if we really wanted to relish a human rights for a betterment, to change it into an age of equality rather than age of inequality, we all have to join hand in hand. There must not be any inequality at workplace, by the race, by the caste. We should not be discriminated. There should be no segregation, discrimination among people. We must treat that we are human being. Either we belong to different parts of the world, but ultimately we all are human beings. So all human beings must be entitled to their human basic rights. They must be able to cash their rights. So in order to cash their rights, we need what? Supplement. We don't need another movement, but just bringing, okay, if you want to bring another movement also, so we have to bring a new revolutionary movement with negating all the positive negative sides of the previous movement. As they're saying, learn from the past and think for the present so that we can make our future better. In a similar manner, Samuel Moyen is trying to plead the people to think, ponder, and work for. Bring your plan into an action. Thinking is not going to bring any change. So, for an action, we have to make our law and order very powerful, and everyone must be able to enjoy it. So socially, economically, politically, redistribution of power must take place. There must be no nepotism. People must be judged by their caliber, by their talent, not by their position, name, fame. There must be no nepotism. Favoritism, nepotism must be eradicated from the society if we really wanted to relish the real meaning of human rights. That's the main intention. So give equality to everyone and have equality and make this world a peaceful world. Now it's time to discuss question answers from the human rights and the age of inequality. For 2 marks, you might get a question: what is the first human rights declaration adopted by the United Nations? So you can say what directly, you can address the question. The first human rights declaration adopted by United Nations is to mobilize for social, economical, political rights, and which was started from 1948, and 10th December was marked as Human Rights Day. The next one, short question: when is Human Rights Day observed? Human Rights Day is observed on 10th December 1948. Every year, 10th December is marked as Human Rights Day, which promises that everyone will be entitled to enjoy the economical, political, social rights in an equal sense. There will be no inequality, there will be no injustice. So in that way, you can elaborate your answer. First, address the question demand. Now, next, in a similar manner, what is the goal of Universal Declaration of Human Rights? This is very important question. As you can say, the goal of Universal Declaration of Human Rights to assure the most basic entitlements and the key values of human welfare and rights like equality, dignity, freedom, fairness, and respect. Also, its goal is to assert justice and peace in the world alongside of foundation of freedom. So human rights must be a foundation of freedom, not for particular group but for everyone. Every citizen must be entitled to enjoy the human rights values. That's the reason Universal Declaration of Human Rights has been established. Now, next, this is also for a 2 marks you might get. What are the two big stages that involve writing the history of human rights about that political economy? So, the two big stages that involve writing a history of human rights about the political economy includes the heroic age of national welfare after the condition of Second World War, and the bitter enemies of the new Cold War or new era in 1948. Even you can say it was like known as an capitalism era also. So in this way, the second question, what are the facts that have been missed in the Roosevelt call of second bill? So second bill, actually with the positive hope they have started, the fact that have been missed in the Roosevelt was they were unable to entitle the equal rights. Only the floor of protection was availed by few Americans only, and all other they were under the ceiling of inequality. So it marked the provincial American late and ginger entry into the North Atlantic consensus, which is already foreordained. His highest promise was special privilege for the few. The statement itself turns out to be a error, as it was unable to give rights to everyone. And he hoped that it would be the globe, but it was organized nationally instead of organizing internationally. Only national or particular group people only they were able to enjoy. This was not practiced internationally. That's the reason the three problems that lies in the Franklin Roosevelt second bills of right. In a similar manner, very important question in a 5 marks you might get, do we need, or is another human rights movement necessary? Why? So either you can start by saying yes also, no also, but the way the essayist has represented by comparing the past and present, we can say actually he is seeking for what? Not for a substitute. He's asking or demanding for what? Supplement. Supplement means already there are different movement that has to be amended, corrected. By whom? By the people only. So we have to bring a revolutionary change. Yes, there are many flaws lies in different political or economical scenario, but now we have to ponder, we have to unite, and we have to amend, so that we have to avoid nepotism, favoritism. In that way also you can say, or in my opinion, another human rights movement is necessary to bring a revolutionary change, to overcome the mistakes of the previous movements which we were unable to relish or practice in a real sense. In that way also you can start, or you can say no, we don't need, we need what? We need a supplement rather than substitute. Another movement is not going to make a huge difference unless and until we are able to practice the existing movements are there. Child's rights movement, black rights movement, there are so many movements, but still after passing all the movements also we are unable to give equal rights to the human being. So that's the reason you can answer it in a yes or no, but you have to manage your content by showing that how in this essay he is trying to bring a mobilization of economical and social liberty, freedom to everyone. Now, with this, thank you very much. I hope my channel is helping you all out, and which chapter you want next, you can write down in the comment section. Have a great day. Thank you.